Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Chariots of the Pods, episode 17. Let's go 17. It is I, your host, Adam, the extra who gets killed immediately by Teal'c in one scene, joined, as always, by Tyler.
Hello, and I'm not the extra that gets killed because I'm the extra that always gets stuck back on the base making coffee.
Yes. The cryptic monk of our episode today is Jason.
You know, you can't handle the ball of life with sweaty palms.
Word. And our special extra guest, who is laying down the whole episode because his animatronics are tricky. We have Justin.
I'm not laying down.
You sure? You sure you're not just hanging out in
I'm-
a chaise lounge, talking to us from afar?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe?
don't know.
Okay. It's not a no.
Listen, man.
So, hey, comfort is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially like one of those bed things that's like slanted and it has like a pod on it. And you can like just kind of float it around. That's a nice place to hang out while the action's going on. Anyway, we are here in season 3 of the Stargate SG-1, watching the last 4 episodes of the season. We're closing out season 3. We started with Hathor and we're ending it with You Have to Find Out. And so we're starting today with season 3, episode the 19th, New Ground. I'm going to volunteer Jason for this, because you have things to say about this one.
Do I have things to I guess I do. I mean, sure. So this episode starts with Ranma. I'm sorry, I mean Nyan, a new character.
Yeah,
A
Nine
character
Cat.
we all love, I'm sure. Yeah, essentially digging up a Stargate on his home planet. This somehow alerts the SGC because I guess Carter had set up some sort of, I guess, cold dialing thing where she's just dialing things that are part of was it part of the cartouche, but they weren't answering.
She's okay.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that she's basically pinging all of the dead IP addresses just to find out what happens when one of them comes alive.
Something like that.
I hope
Okay.
everyone knows what a ping command is.
Tracer T www dot
No.
Google dot.
No.
It's like ping
ping
8.8.8.8, right?
Yeah, that's closer to.
Right,
Anyway,
/
just fucking
halt and catch
finish.
fire.
No.
Oh, come on.
Hell.
Anyways, so yeah. So the SGC decides, well, let's dial in and send something through. This shocks the what are these Bedrosians? I think that's what I wrote down here.
Bedrosians.
Bedrosians, who are basically like in shock and awe that something came through this thing in a wormhole. Very lucky that they didn't just get got by that wormhole like opening up, by the way.
I was thinking for a minute that the controversy for this episode or the plot would be that one of them gets caught up in the wormhole and SG-1 has to apologize for the entire episode. That would have been funny.
You can't kill beloved character actor Richard Ian Cox that easily.
You can kill that other woman. Nobody cares who she was.
That's true. I mean, she sucks anyways. So the episode continues with essentially them going through with the robot, Daniel Jackson communicating with Nyan saying like, hey, we're from another planet. We'd like to come and see you. This shocks and scares the woman, who goes and tells the authorities. So when SG-1 shows up, essentially so do the authorities, and the authorities, turns out, not big fans of the SGC. They think they're, I guess, what was the other thing here?
Optricians.
Anyway, yes, the
The optricians, yes. So they think they're optricians trying to, I don't know, like disrespect their religion or some bullshit.
Well, if what the SGC says is true, then the Bedrosians or whatever, their beliefs are completely invalid.
Yeah, but we don't. I mean, no one here knows anything of that except for Nyan at this point. So essentially, Nyan's just kind of sitting there in awe at these people. The Bedrosians show up. They're like, "We're gonna arrest all you fuckers." I guess Daniel, Carter, and O'Neill all get captured. Teal'c tries to shoot the ship, but it doesn't really have any effect. I guess this shows that the Bedrosians are actually like pretty far technologically advanced. Like they're pretty up there.
Yeah.
So at this point, they're all captured. Teal'c goes all guerrilla warfare. During this, he more or less finds himself in a very like the quickest firefight you've ever seen. Where he just he's kind of like surprised by a guy, turns around, and they both shoot each other. Teal'c survives but is blinded. This guy's giga dead. While this is happening, we're introduced to, I guess, the Bedrosians, like are these military people?
Yeah, there's like a Bedrosian colonel or something.
Yeah, like this guy's basically a jerk the entire time. He's just constantly like, "Oh, where are you from?" Like, blah blah blah. You suck. I don't know what he's a jerk essentially. I don't know what else to say about him. He's like basically, I guess the he's almost fanatical in his beliefs is what I would describe it as.
He's the bad guy from E.T.
Yes. Is that literally too?
No. I mean, like just like he's the guy trying to kill the aliens because he doesn't want aliens to exist.
He's the archetype, basically.
Yeah, the archetype. He's he's the villain from Ship of Water, right? That like that type of government stooge.
Yeah, you didn't see anything. Nothing to see here. But anyways, so they pretty much interrogate SG-1 entirely. They're all playing it pretty close to the chest, insinuating or insisting that there's only 3 of them, that there's not 4. While this is happening, Nyan finds Teal'c, who's injured, and ends up bringing him to a cave. This is when it's revealed that he's more or less injured. Can't see pretty much anything.
He's blind.
Yeah.
He's as blind as a space bat's in that cave.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess the crux of this episode is just like the discussions between, SG-1 and this Ryguard fellow, and the discussions between Teal'c and the Nyan fellow. But all that stuff more or less goes on. I don't want to dwell on this too much because I think we can get into it once we actually start talking about this episode. But essentially, Nyan more or less helps Teal'c recover his eyesight. They attack the temporary camp they set up to hold SG-1. And they get SG-1 out, and they also get Nyan out, who's now a refugee on Earth. Apparently, he is Daniel Jackson's assistant, but he's the assistant we never see again.
I do believe we will actually see him at least once in the future.
Oh, we do? Because I don't remember
different character. That's a different character.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah, no. Richard Ian Cox plays many characters in this show, but Nyan is only in 1 episode.
I could have sworn we see this Nyan character again.
I have no memory of him
in season 4.
Again.
I'll have to write myself a note.
Here's the issue: Richard Ian Cox is too busy playing, I don't know, Inuyasha or something, or hanging around with Ryan Gosling on the set of Breaker High.
He wouldn't be playing Inuyasha for another like 3 years after this.
All right, so who is Richard Ian Cox, star of stage and screen?
So, you want to get into that now?
Yeah, might as well, because we brought it up.
I mean, he's a Canadian actor. I think his first big role was he was basically the one of the main characters on Black Beauty, a terrible Canadian TV show with, I think, Mickey Rooney in it. So there's that. He's done so many roles in various animes. So I think he's done. He's the voice of Ranma Saotome. Hang on, I got a few notes here. Let me just pull them up real quick. So yeah, the voice of Ranma Saotome, Kai Shiden from Gundam, Inuyasha. He voiced Quicksilver in X-Men Evolution. He's in a lot of stuff. He's more or less like think of your most prolific voice actor that you hear in the United States. This is the Canadian version of that. He's basically in everything. But he works for typically like Ocean Group dubs, that sort of thing, right? So you won't see him on so many Funimation things, but you'll see him on a lot of stuff that's dubbed in Canada. I actually have a funny story about him, but I would say like save that for the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Or for
okay,
the
sure.
end of this discussion.
All right. So Jatsu was right. We don't actually see this character again for the rest of Stargate. I was thinking
Mhm.
of somebody else.
Yeah, but he does show up as a different character in Atlantis. If
Yes.
and when we get to that, yeah. All right, so this is a lot of just bad decision making all around, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Ironically, this is like the first episode, like in a while, where it's actually Jack making all these like smart decisions, at least to start out with. Like early on, he notices there's no DHD device, so he calls out, "Hey, let's bring a generator with us." And then, kind of when things with Nyan starts going south, and like the Bedrosians show up, he's like, "Hey, let's get out of here. Let's not stick around to try to talk it out."
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
unfortunately
bug
they're
out
way quicker
instinct
than they are.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
good. It just he found out too late that they needed to bug out.
yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, I mean these guys are pretty technologically advanced, but and I guess one of the reasons for that is that essentially their old, or I guess their god, quote unquote, that they worship was probably a Gould system lord.
Or like
It
an
was.
underlord of Ra, is I think what they said.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they say that
Nefertum, it was.
specifically.
Nefertum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like this planet's essentially in war, right? They're in war with another group of people that are just like, no, we're humans that were brought here from another planet, versus we're created by Nefertum in his image or whatever the heck. And it's kind of like one of those like, okay, well, I mean, I get why. Like this is something that you could see. Yeah, that sounds like a good enough reason for people to be killing each other. I guess. I mean, not really, but it's it
I
happens in
mean,
real life all the time. So
yeah, it is a holy war,
unfortunately.
and those are always real dumb.
Yeah, which I guess is one of the funny things. Like, so the Nyan character, like, he's doing this because he's trying to find proof of basically civilization of their people being there for a long time, but he ends up finding basically the exact opposite of that, and I would say, takes it pretty well.
Because he really believes in science, I guess.
Yeah, like this is one of those weird things. Like they actually kind of set up this character and they make an effort to not kill him off too. When they essentially, even as they're running, like they show him getting shot, and then they go back and get him.
Like, yeah, he could just died there, and then, well, there you go. Just another
Yeah,
Tuesday.
He
but I
also
don't know.
takes
Maybe
to
Richard Ian
shooting
Cox has
things.
something in his contract.
He also takes to shooting things pretty well.
Yeah, at one point he does double tap someone, which
Which,
is
yeah, that's
also
gnarly.
just before just after he says no killing.
But maybe Teal didn't explain that part.
Yeah, it's you saying it's best that he doesn't know that he killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that I do have a qualm. That was kind of a lame firefight at the end.
yeah, it was more of a we need to get the hell out of here thing, but like not really. It's definitely not visually impressive.
There's less pyro than usual,
Yeah.
sadly.
Listen, they
I
were
mean,
saving their budget for 2 other episodes in this batch.
I,
That is
I,
true. Yeah.
I mean, when the bad guys, air quotes, are their main weapon is just like I think it's just like a vacuum cleaner handle with like a a little bit of like some sort of gizmo on the end. It doesn't really lead to great pyrotechnics.
That really is a lame prop.
It really is.
I mean, everything about those guys is lame. Like their costumes look terrible. They don't seem to fit all that well. And like,
Those
yeah,
airships are kind of dumb. It's like, what's even the
yeah.
function of those things?
Hmm.
Like the shot effect when they shoot their laser guns and has like that puddle effect. It's not doesn't look as good as probably intended.
Yeah.
Another thing that's worth mentioning is these guys seem to have all this advanced tech, but like when I think it was Daniel that was trying to explain, hey, we're travelers from another planet. We go, through a wormhole, and the dude just had no concepts of like physics.
Which you think they would since they have anti-gravity technology.
Yeah, like that part fell off.
There's a difference between the guys who design the cool technological shit and the guys who use them. Like, I don't know. I can definitely buy that these idiots are not the sharpest people on this planet.
Yeah, like this is a military group, right? Like that guy is probably not a scientist.
This guy, this colonel is not on the front lines. These people are not like out there doing important work. They were sent to investigate some bullshit that somebody, that's happening in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of the rock quarry, my beloved.
Yeah, which they wouldn't even known if that lady had not narked on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lady's getting like interrogated and disappeared, which good riddance.
So this colonel, he's basically like the hardliner that's in the party, but nobody likes him, so they send him to some backwater outpost, and now he views this as his opportunity to.
Yeah. He also has a limp. They don't call it out, but he has a limp.
He does have a limp, yeah.
Also, like he is being questioned by his second in command about this stuff. Like she's the one who's seeing these things and going like, "Maybe what if they're telling the truth?" And he's like, "No, it can't be the truth. It's just it's an optician lie." Like he is convinced he knows what's going on, and it's more like I guess they're kind of trying to show that like he refuses to believe that they could potentially be wrong. Like that's the kind of person he is.
Yeah, but has he never seen an optician before? I mean, our crew is wearing strange gear, carrying never before seen weapons. You would think he might be a little more inquisitive.
Nah. I mean, his whole thing is that he's just like, it's all tricks. They're just trying to trick us.
He's there to clear it up.
There are absolutely. Listen, you're in the American South. There are absolutely some people who they have a belief and they will stick to it no matter what.
Yeah, like the type of guy is the type of guy, right? It's like they fell into the wrong part of Cold War America, is what they're going for here.
Yeah.
So I guess there's your social commentary for you.
I guess. I will say I think this episode's smart in the way they do things. Is like sort of even with what technology these people have, it makes sense that they would have superior technology because for all intents and purposes, I guess like they were, I guess more or less like liked by this whoever the hell it was, right? I don't know.
Nefertum left nicer toys behind for them to
Nefertum left nicer toys behind. So you could say like, well, these look like you could guess that maybe these are like prototype staff weapons that existed a long time ago, right?
Or like backwards engineered from staff weapons a long time ago or something.
Yeah. I guess it is a shame that we don't see any of the other people, but I mean that's fine for all intents and purposes. They're just these people, but less jerky.
Yeah, we see 20 people in 2 tents in a rock quarry, which is probably even then stretching the budget a bit.
And almost all those.
I mean, you got Richard Ian Cox in this episode, so you stretched the budget pretty damn thin.
Hey, at least they got the money's worth out of Richard Ian Cox.
Yeah, I guess. By the way, how do you guys like that name?
Nyan or Richard Ian Cox?
Good old Dick Cox.
Dick Ian Cox.
Yeah. I know that's probably a stage name, but like, considering when he started acting, that he's probably just like a preteen just laughing his ass off. My name's gonna be Dick Cox.
All right, Cox. Recox. Yeah, I have to think about that actually.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of Richard Ian Cox, how did you guys like the Nyan character?
I mean, he was okay.
Seemed like they're going for an analog.
I did note that it's a good thing that Tilk met the one guy who double majored in ophthalmology and anthropology. So he's able to fix Tilk's eyes. and also,
I mean, did he actually major in that, or did he just happen to like go and find a thing? It's like, yo, this is the eye regenerating machine. It regenerates eye.
listen. He
That's
found
totally
the
what
eyeball.
it was.
He found the eyeball ibuprofen, but come on, it was
Oh
a
no,
good
it
Yeah.
wasn't
in
the
my head.
He
ibuprofen.
found
It hurt real
portable
bad.
the portable LASIK machine is what he found.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Just shoot lasers into your eyes and you're better.
Yeah.
I mean, typically that's not what you want to do, but you know,
To be honest, anytime Nyan was on screen, I just stared at his sideburns the entire time.
Those were some gnarly sideburns.
yeah, I think that was a hairpiece.
But why?
It's hard to tell. It might have been his hair. I don't know. I can't tell.
There's no telling with Richard Ian Cox.
That's true. You can't tell. He's a mystery, a man of mystery.
Oh, did y'all like the fact that even though they're on an alien planet with an alien culture and like different technology, they still have Quonset huts?
I mean, they're just useful.
Yeah, it's just a universal shape for a temporary structure.
Hey man,
Exactly. Like,
if every alien can speak English, why can't we all have the same infrastructure?
Oh, that is true. Yeah, you have a point there.
hmm also apparently the one cage, even though sometimes you do see three cages.
That was like weird editing for the interrogation scene. I can see what they were
Yeah.
going for, but they didn't.
They
have,
didn't
like,
do it right because
like the establishing shots are correctly. I
but
guess
you can tell that like the camera is in the exact same spot, looking at the exact same cage every single time. Usually, when you do something like they were trying, you would move the camera and have a slightly different angle. But here they were just switching out characters.
like I'm thinking of like an equivalent scene, and I think it's the first or second episode of Firefly, when they're all being interrogated on that Fed ship in like the interrogation room, and like you can tell, and like it just the way it's shot, it's pretty obvious that it's different sessions with each person, and they're giving different answers to the same question. Like there's a way to shoot that to like make that bit work. And I guess I don't know enough about cinematography to like break down why it doesn't work in this episode.
I mean, I guess it would work better if it was just an
I mean-
actual interrogation room as opposed to like
Yeah.
cages. But also, like for all intents and purposes, does that mean that they put them in the cage and then move them at the same time, or was it them all being interrogated one at a time in the cages that are all next to each other?
Yeah, I wasn't
think
even
there's a
sure.
tent. I think there's a
I
second
wasn't
tent,
even
a single cage.
because
in it.
when you first see them, they're all in the same tent, and like the implication on all the other occasions where you see them is they're all in the same tent. But here, it's like the tent. If you look at the background is the exact same, and the depth of field on the cage wires is the exact same. Like it is so obvious that nothing was moved, that all they did was switch people out and just kept the camera rolling and then did the scene, and then when they were finished, cut it.
Which is sad because like there's some fun stuff in the interrogation bit where Carter's giving very technical answers, O'Neill's being a smartass, and Jackson is trying to give like his social studies answers.
Yeah.
Like there was some fun writing there. You know, like I guess O'Neill reacting to what's this wormhole thing, and he's like giant worms, just tunneling through. Yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where I feel like if they just did this in an actual interrogation room, it would have worked. Because like the acting's fine. It's just kind of like it's almost like an uncanny valley effect when you see them in three cages next to each other, and then you see this cage interrogation shot like this, right? Just,
It's Oh, how did everyone think of Chris Judge's blind acting?
I think he did a good enough job.
It's fine.
I liked it when he cowered from the bats. That was a little funny.
I guess the space bats.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the space bats are just regular bats, as we all know, just like the space dogs are just regular dogs.
That's true. The space dogs are just very happy puppies.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I liked Teal'c in this episode. I like there was that whole like conflict of him like like not being able to trust this guy, and then ended up just saying like, well, I guess it's my only choice, so I'm going to trust you on this. Like really the back and forth between him and Nyan, I think it's all really good stuff.
So Richard Ian Cox does a good job here.
Sure, but like so does Christopher Judge. Really,
Okay.
I mean,
I was trying to find an excuse to say the name Richard Ian Cox some more.
you just want to say Richard Ian Cox.
Yeah,
That's fair. It's a good name.
All right, I think that's all of my notes for this one. Anyone else have anything that they want to share with the class?
I jotted down two good lines from Colonel O'Neill in this. I have no friends in the woods or otherwise. And the last one was, "Hey Rigar, you know that we come in peace business? Bite me."
All right, that's when they're in the cages being interrogated. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, there's good stuff.
Good writing. Good writing.
All right, so we will depart the rock quarry in that case.
Mhm.
Until
can I
next
tell the
time.
quick Richard Ian Cox story though?
Yes, please do.
Since you seemed all interested in it. So, as some of you may know, because I believe I've mentioned it before, but maybe not so much the people listening to this, I used to work for a couple of media outlets, probably around. Actually, it was around the years like 2011 to I think 2014 was the last time I worked for basically a website, and it was more so just like a couple of different websites here and there. But at one point, I covered a convention in the Greater Toronto area called I think it's called Fan Expo. So Richard Ian Cox was actually one of the guests at this thing, and I was the person who was more or less like at that area because we were basically contracted to record a bunch of the panels and then send it to I forget who we were sending it to exactly, but they ended up getting published on some website now that I don't think exists anymore. But anyways, so Richard Ian Cox was basically doing a panel, more or less a Q&A thing, and essentially the entire panel, the audience, like aside from me and maybe like one other person, was all fangirls, just all fangirls. So this is like post Inuyasha. So I guess like I guess the ladies like Inuyasha is what I'm saying. But
They all happy boy.
Yeah. What I'm getting at is like
that was my
it's kind of one of those
estimation
things where he
from
it's
like
one of those
high
things where he
school
starts talking about stuff.
conversations.
Sorry?
The
Okay, so
girls liking Inuyasha was my estimation from middle and high school discussions. So yes.
Oh, yes, exactly. So like while this panel is going on, like he's answering questions here and there, but like you kind of realize him dawn on what he's surrounded by. Probably about like maybe 10 minutes in, he's like, "Oh my god, these are all people who don't give a shit about anything I've done in my entire life except Inuyasha." And you can see that because he's like constantly trying to steer the conversation away from Inuyasha. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, I was on Gundam," or he's like, "I was on Black Beauty. I was on Breaker High." It's just constant. Like you can tell he's like, "Man, I don't want to be here anymore."
Jason, does this or this panel, like the video of it, still exist on the internet somewhere?
If the website is still up, which I don't think it is, it should still be there, but I don't think that website's there anymore. I could look it up and then maybe it was a publication called the Daily DL that I think had it. Oh wait, no, this wasn't Daily DL. This was TYG. Which that website is very dead, I believe. So unless I happen to have a video copy of it, this is just gone. But yeah, it's essentially just him being very uncomfortable about 15 minutes in. And then I think at one point I was just like, okay, I'm going to see if I could change the subject. So I actually brought up, I think I was the one who brought up Breaker High because he had like 30 questions about Inuyasha. And you could see like, it looked like the eyes were rolling into the back of his head. So I asked him about how did he enjoy working on Breaker High, which is just a show I know he worked on. And he was basically just like, oh man, I love working on that. He started like Ryan Gosling was really fun to work with. This guy was who's that other guy? I can't remember any of the other actors on there, but like he was basically just talking like how it was fun to work on, that he loved like being on different location stuff, and his eyes lit up. And then the next question, Inuyasha again, and he was just like,
No Stargate questions.
No Stargate questions, unfortunately.
Okay, well,
I-
the next time I
What's-
see Richard Ian Cox, I'll ask him about Stargate.
Here's the thing: once you have an army of high school fangirls, you've got a bunch of money coming in. You're not gonna like talking about what you got to talk about, but you got money coming in.
Yeah, that's true. But all I got to say is good on Richard Ian Cox, who was a very adult man at that time, being very uncomfortable around all of these teenage girls who are fangirling on him.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you want to hear these days.
Yeah, it is what you want to hear. But yeah, unless anyone else has something to say about this episode, we can go on.
Okay. So moving on, season 3, episode the 20th, Maternal Instinct.
Ooh,
Who wants this?
I don't think any of us want it.
Cowards. Okay, so let me try to remember here. Episode opens. Braytak comes to the Stargate with yet another apprentice. The apprentice dies because Chillock has got fucked up by New Apophis. Kano Apophis is taking his massive devil army across the galaxy, just raffle stomping everything because he feels like it. He's also looking for the boy. The boy
Mm-hmm.
that Sharae told Daniel about. So already,
Yeah, his current motivation. Yeah.
Yes, his current motivation, he has to find the boy. The Harcesis
Not
child.
the boy. The boy.
The boy. Yes. Daniel says the name of the planet, Keb, I think. To
Correct.
Braytek. Braytek's like, hey, I know what that is from the legends. And Teal's like, what legends? So, great job on being a teacher, Braytek. Basically gives enough information that they're able to immediately find it in the Abydos, or I guess in their database, comparing the Abydos cartouche to the ancient database thing from from that one episode from the brain blast that O'Neill had. Anyway, they find the coordinates immediately for Keb. Go there. It's not the rock quarry. It's more like the rocky stream set they do sometimes, which is a very nice set in scenic British Columbia. They wander around the woods, find some dead bodies, as you do. Find a random monastery by itself, a single Buddhist monk there. He speaks in it's supposed to be like Zen Buddhist kind of sayings, but basically some Yoda bullshit.
Yeah, Daniel called it Zen code.
Yeah,
it's Zen coded.
It's some, like, I don't know. Some part of me is like, I got to make sure this is not like some actual stuff that people say. But the whole time I was hearing it, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so my guess is the writer read a book on Zen Buddhism at some point, and then tried to write things that sounded like Zen Buddhist aphorisms or
They
something.
read the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, well, maybe the writer read the book like 10 years beforehand and was half remembering stuff. Who knows?
Let's be honest. He just had a bunch of like fortune cookies that he collected over the years and just grabbed whatever it is he had.
Jeez. But anyway, so a problematic Zen Buddhist monk is there. Daniel gets way into it because he's all new agey. Braytek gets kind of into it because he's thinking about the afterlife because he's old. If you didn't know that, Braytek's old, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
O'Neill, Teal, and Carter just kind of hang around. Daniel convinces himself he has telekinetic powers after talking to the monk for a couple hours, I guess. But Pops' army show up. There's a big standoff at the gates of the monastery. The monk gets shot and then gets raptured. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Daniel finds a secret room with the boy. Omodasala, who's basically a goddess, like an actual for real goddess this time. Who's made out of light, is there. I guess she's the actual Zen. He has a bit of a thing with this glowing light lady. He's like, "Oh right, I should just give you the baby, shouldn't I?" And then Omodasala leaves with the baby. the boy, but not before using lightning to strike down all of Officers Jaffa for being assholes.
Yep.
And then everyone goes home.
Yep.
That covers it, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
first thing I want to bring up here. Quick question: what the hell is Daniel's motivation anymore?
To explore new worlds.
Yeah.
And seek out new life and new civilizations to go
So
boldly.
how long? I just want to bring this up. How long ago was it that his wife died and was like, "Oh, you got to find the boy"?
Like 10 episodes? No, not 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Like 5 episodes.
Yeah, like 5 episodes, maybe 6.
That was, so this is episode 20. That was episode.
No, 10 episodes. You had it right.
Hey, that was 10
Yeah, 10
episodes. Hey, look at that. Yeah,
They
it's been 10 whole episodes.
They couldn't leave that thread hanging for a little bit longer. They were like, that's enough time. Let's get rid of this. It's fine. He's gone. Send him off.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it was you, Jason, or maybe it was Justin that made the comment back when we covered that episode. It feels like they're just trying to get through like all the stuff from the movie to get to something new.
That was me. Okay.
You made.
I think all of us kind of said something along those lines.
Yeah.
Someone in this panel made reference to that, and wink, wink. This might be the start of the something new.
Yeah, but that kid was also the something new.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, it's fine.
But there's something new.
Yeah, but like that's
what's
something
the deal
new is
with these raptured light beings, perhaps, perchance.
Yeah, but we don't learn about that for quite a while at this point.
Yeah, it does take a bit.
And even then, it feels like an after the fact bolting on to what this character was. Like, I know it becomes a pretty big deal, but I feel like this weird light being doesn't fit in necessarily with the ones we see later until they kind of make a point of making it fit in.
I mean, that's the same character.
Yeah. I mean, they flush it out much better in future episodes. I don't think they fully know what they wanted to do with it when they wrote this episode.
Just like, hey,
feels like
there's
they wrote
some
a filler
light beings
episode.
like flying around out here.
Yeah,
That's pretty much all there is here with this episode. But hey, that's a starting point, I guess.
I guess. I feel like my problem with this episode is the fact that it feels like a filler episode that is like, well, what if we just tied this other plot line up like real quick? Just get rid of it.
I do have the note of that there's a lot of faffing in this episode.
Mm-hmm. And really, this episode is a lot of like, it feels like you're wasting time, and it honestly also makes previous episodes feel like a waste of time too. Like that's the kind of the frustrating bit about it. But I guess when it comes to like this self-contained thing, when Braytak shows up at the start of the episode, he's more or less talking about, oh man, like I'm close to retirement. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around. And you get the sense that he wants to stop fighting and like more or less either like retire or pass on or something like that. And it's not even by the end of the episode that he decides to like keep fighting. It's like 2/3 in where he's like, I guess I'm not ready to die. Like, oh, okay, you're just wrapping that up real fucking quickly.
he gets some Zen sayings talked at him for a few minutes. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm good now.
Because that's not how therapy works, right?
I guess. But it's just like it's not only just Zen sayings, but it's basically the monk basically saying like, well, no, like you can start doing this, but not with that Gould in you. And he's like, well, if I remove the Gould, I'll die. It's like more or less the monks, but like, not my problem, right? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, as we saw, if you want to get raptured, you gotta die first.
Yeah,
I guess
you just get turned into a Force ghost.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, there are parts of this episode I like. Like I do like when they're first on the planet and they're kind of doing that investigation to try and figure out what happened here.
Their CSI bullshit.
Yeah. Like it's good CSI bullshit with Braytak taking the lead on it. Like I like it. The issue is, as soon as they find that monk, it's like, well, okay, what the fuck's going on here?
I love how Braytac just figures everything out just by looking at like a blade of grass, or he knows exactly the number of people just by looking at a couple of footprints.
Yeah,
That's like some like high. He's some high like was it ranger levels to be doing that. His multi class.
Sure. Yeah. See, he put all his points in. He put all his levels in Ranger. Sure.
yeah, he's man tracker,
Um,
except without the horse. Am I the only one that remembers that show?
you might be.
I guess I was the only one who watched Spike TV as a child.
I mean, I
Oh,
watched
well,
Spike TV, but like
Didn't watch that.
sometimes,
I didn't watch
like,
the fictional shows on Spike TV.
yeah,
The
like
Man
I
Tracker
don't
wasn't
know.
fictional.
Oh shit, it wasn't.
No, Man Tracker was a show where it's basically just like, hey, we're gonna sit you in the woods, and if you can
Oh, it's
evade
one of
this guy
those.
for this much time, then you win a bunch of money. But this guy's really good at tracking you.
Oh, huh? No,
It's just
never
an
saw
old
that.
man with a beard on a horse. He's like, yeah, I'll find these motherfuckers.
I mean, I only watched. I don't remember watching a ton of Spike TV. I know I saw MXC, which probably hasn't
Yeah,
aged
that was
all
just
that
Takeshi's
well.
Castle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still probably funny enough. Anyway, so Braytac gets to flex his ranger levels. I guess the less said about the Zen nonsense, the better.
I
Dane,
guess. I mean, it's kind of the crux of this episode, right?
yeah, and like Daniel getting real high on his own supply with the telekinetic powers he thinks he has.
Yeah,
Which spoiler,
and
that was just Oma Tasala fucking with him.
yeah, which really, like, the monk more or less says that's the case. Like in that little scene where he's like, light the candle, and the guy's like, well, like Daniel's more or less saying like, no, I can't do that, and then he lights the candle, and then he's like, what did you just do? He says like, I didn't light the candle. I asked her to light the candle. Like he told him outright what was going on. So
I
it
guess
was more so like, was Daniel just really not listening?
was Dan just like, aha, now I have force powers.
Yes, now I am the Buddhist monk. Which, hey, if she's like hanging around, it totally works. Is this
Yeah,
how paladins in D&D work?
How what?
Oh, maybe.
How what works?
Is this how paladins in D&D work? Is their deity
No,
just
this
kind
is
of hanging out?
This is how warlocks in D&D works. So
Oh, okay.
warlocks have a patron, which is usually a demon of some sort they made a deal with. They do the demon's bidding, and they also get powers derived from the demon or devil or whatever. That's
All
how
right.
that class works.
So kind of
uh,
like that.
Paladins, at least in current D&D, just make an oath of some sort, and their power comes from their dedication to that oath or some bullshit. In old
That
versions
sounds
of
like
D&D, in old versions of D&D, they would dedicate themselves to a god.
Yeah,
All right.
that's kind of yeah. They laid that down, but it's much funnier if the god's just hanging around constantly and
Yeah.
just doing things if it feels like it.
Quick,
Also just
Force
hiding a
Ghost,
baby, I guess, for fun.
fix the situation.
I mean, she fixed the situation, just not quickly enough to make sure that her one, I guess, follower didn't get zapped.
Well, I guess he was ready to get raptured anyway, so
I guess. Do you think he was ready to get raptured, or do you think she was just like, oh, I kind of feel bad about this. Let's just turn him into space goo?
I mean he was probably fully cooked and ripe, ready to space goo.
Maybe.
So that's why I guess he didn't mind and Oma didn't mind him getting shot. But
Sure.
Oma did mind. Well, I guess Oma did mind because she lightning struck and fried every Jaffa on that planet. Seems like.
Yeah, she was like, fuck you guys in particular, basically.
Yeah.
She
Which,
casts
fair.
call lightning, as long as we're going with the D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Speaking of-
appreciate how they brought back the weird satanic Java armor for this.
Yeah, because I thought they'll get rid
This
of
is-
the one with like little wings on it, but no, they kept
these-
it.
Yeah, these are Apophysis guys now, and so like he took all of
Sokar's
Sokar's stuff, which means that some of them are gonna still gonna have Sokar's armor. And he went and attacked Chulak, which means he destroyed some of his former people.
Yeah, he's like, no, I have all these cool like devil Jaffa now. I don't need you, dorks.
Yeah. But I guess he like the reason why he attacked Chulak was more so because he was looking for the kid, right?
That appears to
Yes.
be the case. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the thing I didn't understand is in the beginning of the episode, we had to go through a couple of scenes of Braytek talking about the legend of Keb, Daniel doing some research in his notes, and we had to watch them flip through the database of all the old unused Stargate coordinates.
Yeah.
So if our crew had to do all that, how did Apophis know to find this planet if it was legendary?
He probably
Right.
did different groundwork involving a lot of guys on the ground.
He was also pinging all the Stargates.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
understand like how they got there.
And his
still
ship
don't
seems
understand.
like
Yeah. And they do mention that like he was more or less trying to figure this out. So it could be that he found someone on Chulak that maybe knew where what's her face brought the thing, right? Like that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, like he was doing his own thing and he found it on his own. Just happened to be at the same time as our intrepid heroes.
I guess I'm gonna have to
Basically,
be okay with it.
Also, it was extremely easy for the SGC to figure out where Keb was once they talked to Braytak about it.
Yeah. It's like really all you got to do is like mention like, oh yeah, like maybe this is a good spot. It's like okay.
Wait, but I thought Apophis doesn't have the 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 Stargates that came from that alien face hole.
But he does have other information, probably.
Yeah, like he,
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, he has whatever information Sokar had and whatever information he remembers himself too, right? So
Yeah. I don't know. It feels kind of like lazy writing, but
a word, the episode that wraps up another plot line for no apparent reason is lazy writing.
Well, at least now we don't have to worry about Daniel Jackson's motivations ever again.
Yeah, I mean he's just kind of like now he's just kind of there. What are his motivations? I don't know. He likes it. He likes it here, I guess. Like fuck.
to bring Burger King to the various people of the Milky Way galaxy. That is
Yeah,
his
he's contracted
motivation.
by Yum Brand Foods.
So, I guess one thing I did like about this episode, there was a couple of like just shots of like the night sky. There was one where the other SG team is still in the riverbed and it shows the night sky. It's all lit up with like the purples, the clouds, the stars. Um, I think they were trying to make the world feel a little bit more alien. And yeah, I just kind of like the scenic shots they put into this episode.
Yeah, I mean they did put a decent amount of effort into it.
Yeah, British Columbia looks very nice this time of year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so I don't have any more notes. Anyone else?
I mean,
Not
I
really.
I liked how snarky O'Neill was in this episode, and it's like deserved too.
Just no patience with any of the bullshit.
Yeah, even like when the monk's like, "Yeah, take off your shoes," he's like, that's probably not a good idea." Like, I was just running around in a forest for like however many hours. Like, you're not gonna like what happens if I take these boots off.
Um. So who else like jumped like out of their chair like when they're in the woods and that crow just comes out of nowhere?
I mean, I didn't jump out of my chair, but I certainly like noticed it.
It was somewhat startling, I guess, for that
Yeah.
reason.
That body was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, those some gnarly, like rubber bodies they had.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean that one lady just had like the one blast thing on her back, but
Oh yeah, it's just like, hey, we don't need to see your face, but like wear this outfit and then just lay here while we act
Mhm.
around you.
And
yeah,
like
while we act around you.
Braytech again figures out all this stuff just from one, staff blast.
Yeah, that was very silly.
Mhm.
The master detective.
Yeah, he's basically Batman, but from space.
Space Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, if we're all done, we can move on to uh the next episode.
Crystal Skull.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about the monk being a dick the whole time and
Ah,
Daniel
they
Jackson
deserved
being an
it.
idiot?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah, I may have cheered it a little bit.
Anyway, season 3, episode the 21st, Crystal Skull. Who wants it? Cowards, all of you.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
All
Every
right.
time I hear Crystal Skull, I just think like, oh, that Indiana Jones movie. Is Shia LaBeouf going to show up?
it's
Fortunately not.
bad.
Okay, so
Okay.
oh, do you want it, Justin? Are you gonna take it? Are you gonna do it?
Take it. Take it.
Do
Take
you,
it.
do
Take
you
it.
want me?
Take
Do you want me to? What are you gonna
Do
give
you
me
want to do
for
it? Do you want to do it?
I'll do it. Sure,
Wanna do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it. So, no, actually, you know what? You do this one. I want to do the next one.
Damn it! I was gonna volunteer Tyler for the next one. Okay, but yeah, if you want, you can have it.
Do the next
What
one.
if we volunteer
Okay.
Tyler for this one?
What if we volunteer Tyler for this one? Oh, he's muted. Yeah, it's a power
He's
move on his
fled.
part.
He's
Okay,
fled the
so
podcast.
in Crystal Skull, they dial up a planet, send through a map. There's a giant honking Aztec Mayan pyramid there. Well, yeah, Mayan pyramid. They send them up inside. It's big and empty, like a FMV set. But in the middle is a single pedestal with a crystal skull on it. It's like, wow, that must have been made in 1800s Germany. No, they're saying it's from the ancient Mayan people, which isn't true in the slightest. Turns out it's the exact same kind of crystal skull found supposedly by Daniel's grandfather in Belize in the 70s. So they go to the planet. Daniel looks in the eyes of the crystal skull, gets special affected. Some special effects happen to him. Teal'c shoots it. Daniel's knocked out. Everyone else gets radiation poisoning, as you do. They retreat. Teal'c goes back sometime later for the skull. When he does, Daniel wakes up. Daniel is phased out of normal matter, something. So no one can see him when he passes through objects, but not the floor. Don't worry about it. So he follows Teal'c back through. Then we get a fun shenanigan-esque episode where Daniel's phased out. No one can see him. Everyone's trying to figure out what happened to him. He's just reacting to everyone, like talking one way at them while they're doing their scenes. They go find Daniel's grandfather, who is in the loony bin because he thinks he's crazy because of what he saw when he found the crystal skull, which was being transported to that planet and seeing giant cloud aliens talking at him.
Yes.
So they bring him back to the SGC. He can see Daniel, but he thinks he's crazy, so there's a bit of thing there. But eventually, everyone's convinced that the grandfather can see Daniel, and Daniel's telling him to go back to the planet because he figured out what's going on. Go back, put the crystal skull back. He looks into it. Everyone but Teal'c gets dephased. The giant Quetzalcoatl cloud alien shows up. They talk for a bit. Dale's grandfather says, "I'm not going to be in any more episodes, so I'm staying behind."
Yeah.
And then they rephase and leave.
Now they mention his grandfather a bunch more, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. His grandfather, who's like Czech for some reason, but hey, oh well.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He's a fun actor.
Yeah, I didn't hate this episode. I don't think it's high cinema, but it's all right.
I was bored the entire time.
It does meander a bit, but I don't hate it. I liked it.
I'm mixed because the premise is bad. The premise is openly like icky. But
Yeah.
the middle part where where it's a character being out of phase episode.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always fun episodes. Like when
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek does it, and it's fun here. There's fun stuff of Daniel following everyone around, kind of like talking at them one way,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone trying to figure out where Daniel is. Like there's fun writing there. There's fun comedic timing. There's good stuff. There's also Rothman. He's back again. He's real.
He always was.
He always was real.
And
So
again,
there's a lot.
completely useless.
Well, that's the running gag. So there's a lot of fun stuff in the middle, and then on either end you have the premise, which best forgotten about. That's my review.
Sure. But are there any specific bits you all want to talk about? Because if you, I can start with this.
Yeah, get started.
So, and this is more of like just a continuing thing. Like, how did you like the constant like little moments Teal'c had in this episode? And I'll explain that a little bit more now. Like, you have the like the first one where he more or less he sees something happening to Jackson and he just immediately just shoots it, just like fucking shoot it.
That's consistent.
Yeah, or the other parts where he's like constantly just running around like a crazy person, like turning around, like, is that Daniel? Like, because he could almost sort of sense him, but not quite.
They never quite explained why that happened. I guess occasionally Daniel just came through,
or just
something.
Like Sixth Sense kind of thing.
It's
probably
probably
like a sense that Junior has or something.
Yeah, more
but
kind
like
of BS Jaffa powers.
But there was one point where
Carter
detects him, who also I guess has some vague latent Gal powers or whatever.
But I don't know. I just kind of like the way Christopher Judge is like constantly like flabbergasted this episode. Like especially that bit at the end where like he allows it to happen this time, and everyone disappears. He doesn't disappear, and he's just all confused. And he's like, "You gotta go." He's like, "All right, I'm going. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here." I like all of those little bits.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun lines with O'Neill, especially like I don't know, like the fun bit in the infirmary between O'Neill and Teal'c when they get back and Carter and O'Neill are hospitalized for radiation poisoning. They're fine though. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And O'Neill is talking to Teal'c. He tries to get out of bed and just falls down, and Teal'c doesn't react to anything. And then just kind of like one arm just throws him back on the bed. It's like
good stuff.
Honestly, I laughed out loud at that.
That's really good. They did good with that. It's like throwing him face down on the bed, and he just muffled, "Thank you." Face down and on the bed.
He says, "You are welcome. You're welcome, O'Neill."
Yeah.
Like good stuff with that. When they go to the insane asylum, but like when they're in the waiting room talking to the nurse, they're like, "Oh, do you know Nick well?" And O'Neill and Carter trying to play the part. Oh yeah, absolutely. And Teal'c's like, "No," and then like they say that same time. Then they look at Teal'c. Teal'c looks at them. Then turns back and goes, "Yes." It's good stuff.
Yeah. Once again, Teal'c with one of his many hats in this episode.
It's a good hat.
It is a nice hat. How did you guys like I guess Dr. Ballard overall?
He was a fun screen presence.
Yeah, I remember him from the second Mighty Ducks movie, so he automatically gets passing marks in my book because of nostalgia.
Really, he was in the second Mighty Ducks.
Yep. So you know how I can't remember the actor's name. The Gordon Bombay. Rubes. Yeah. Well, he you know how he always had like a father figure that was played by an older man that was white graying hair?
Mm-hmm.
That was the same actor.
Okay.
But yeah, so the actual shenanigans are fun. Like when they're trying to convince everyone that Ballard can see Daniel, and O'Neill says something smarmy, and Daniel just reflexively says, "Oh, don't be an ass," and then the grandfather
Yeah.
just repeats
All
that.
those bits are really good. Yeah.
Yeah, really good bits. There's whether I guess because the radiation is neutrino radiation somehow for some reason, even though neutrinos just exist already. Don't worry about it. But when Carter is like explaining it, and then they're talking, I think, with Hammond or something, and they're going back and forth about the radiation. I forget who's saying it to, but O'Neill says, "If you've been listening, you'd know that Nintendo's passed through everything." You know, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun bits.
Yeah. That was a good little line there.
One of the notes I had was when Siler is in the lab with Rothman, and Rothman is like pleading case, hey, this crystal skull is just a crystal skull. And like Hammond's getting sick of him, so he's like, you got 12 hours, and walks out. And he says something to Siler, and Siler's just like, I think you're gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, about Rothman is like his head in his hands, saying, "What do you think?" And Siler's like, "I think you're going to get fired." Yeah,
Yeah.
And now that I say it out loud, I think this is like the first time we've seen Siler where he's not getting exploded or like shoved into a wall.
Oh, maybe.
Because like every other time he gets exploded.
For all intents and purposes, this is the first time we're actually seeing Rothman, and it's not a weird like mind beam version of him.
Yeah, it's actual Rothman, not track star Rothman.
Yeah. Which I think this guy does a good job of being like absolutely flustered and having no idea what to do. Like hell yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you on about? It's just a crystal skull. It's like made in Germany in the 1800s. What do you want from me?
Yeah. And it's just funny because they like you could hear Daniel in the background. It's like, you guys didn't explain to him where we found it. Like, come on, tell him.
Yeah. Like Daniel's running commentary like a Greek chorus for these scenes. Has some good bits.
Mhm.
He also gets like up on top of like those computers, like those like mainframe computers, like on the side of the control room. At one point, he's like sitting up there during one of the scenes.
I mean,
Like,
if you were a weird out of phase person, why not? Right? No one's going to yell at
yeah,
you for it.
yeah, I guess fuck it.
Speaking of which, when he's out of phase, why is it like he can walk through people, people can walk through him, but he retains the ability to sit on things?
Oh,
Don't
shut
worry
up.
about it. Don't worry about
Have you
it.
ever
I
seen?
worry about it though.
Have you ever seen that one episode of Batman Beyond? That's why. Because he just slipped right through the floor.
Yeah, why does he just like fall off into the surface of or the core of the planet?
All right, look,
Then we
look.
wouldn't have an
All right,
episode.
all right. So Tyler, here's the answer. Are you ready for this? Shut up. That's the answer.
Yeah, the answer is shut up.
Man, hostile work environment. I need to contact HR.
Well, you know, the actual answer is that a wizard did it.
That's true. In this case, a space wizard.
Yeah.
Who is HR on the Deep Listens Discord? Is it
Probably M.
You know, I'm trying to
Bad
think. Like,
news for
what
you.
is the logistics of this? Like, what's the deal with these aliens? That they clearly don't like the Goa'uld.
They're hanging out
because
in this
they
giant
won't-
pyramid.
Yeah, they hang out in this giant pyramid,
They're made out of mist.
and their whole thing is like, yo, if you happen to pick up a crystal skull, it doesn't matter where you are. You could be right here, or you could be all the way on another planet. We're going to teleport you here. Say something in a language which you may or may not understand, and then see how you react.
Don't think about it.
I mean, I'm thinking about it now because it's kind of just like, what? How many allies did you seriously hope to gather this way?
Well, fortunately, we never have to worry about this again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Also, I'm just trying to think. Like, so if I guess for all intents and purposes, if Teal'c hadn't shot the crystal skull when it was like expanding its energy field, I guess everyone would have been involved. Would have been like phased out except for him, and then you would have had that whole like conversation. And I guess then there would have been no episode, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just trying to think, like, what difference did him shooting it make? Was it just like did they not notice like, hey, the thing went off, but like then somebody shot it? I guess we don't need to check.
I get. Yeah, I know he interrupted it somehow.
They're so used to Tilk shooting things with the Zat gun, they don't even question it anymore.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a shoot first and ask questions never approach.
Mhm.
That's what they teach you in the Jaffa training, where they make you kill your friends at the end.
Oh,
That's
God.
true. Shoot your friends at the end. Shoot the missile. Shoot the thing. Just shoot everything.
Yeah.
It works out.
Yeah. So, I know I'm the only one that's keeping track of this, but these giant white ghost people officially marks our 10th alien species in the Stargate universe.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it's one of many that we will never see or hear from again.
Do you count
Mhm.
the small naked bald men?
The small naked bald men. Oh,
With
The
the
plant
with
people.
yeah, with like the mushrooms.
oh no, I missed them.
Oh,
Shoot.
well, there you go.
So this is
Crap.
11.
11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, all right. So
So-
if
Well, they're
humans,
human. Do they count? Do
Yeah,
they
maybe-
count as
Those
an
aren't human.
alien?
they're not human. All right, so the species we have so far with humans, are Jaffa are their own species?
I think
so
Jaffa
I have
are just humans.
I thought it
with,
was explicitly said that Jaffa are slightly modified humans to have the incubation hole.
Yeah,
I'm-
but like, are they modified enough to be different?
I wouldn't
So-
say so.
So here's my list, and you guys can critique it. I have the
Alright.
Gold, the Unas, the Asgardians, the Fishmen or the Ons, the Gill-Face people from the Spirits episode, the Ancients, the Furlings, the Ritu, the Grimaces, aka the Stargoths, and the giant ghost white people.
There's also the
Did you
Nox.
say the Nox?
But the Nox are just
Nox
humans.
are not human.
The Nox aren't human.
Are we sure about that? They look
Yes.
awfully human.
Yeah, they're just
I
hippies.
mean-
What do you want? They're not human.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess you could argue they're
consider
just humans covered in dirt. But I don't know.
The Nox have been
They're-
around longer than humans. That's part of the lore.
Also, they could resurrect people, I guess. So I'm willing to say they're not human.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm looking at
this is
the
the
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for the Nox, and they are considered one of the 4 great races. Remember, along
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
ancients, Asgard, and Furlings.
Yep.
So they
to
are
the
not.
Furlings guy.
That's this Wikipedia page says they do.
I mean, I think they do. I mean,
Oh.
spoiler,
Do they
we
count?
never see the Furlings, but do they still count?
I don't know. Would would like if say a small creepy crawly version of the Geth were to arrive, would they count? as
Oh
another
wait,
species.
what about the sentient bacteria from the one episode?
You talking about the
What we're
one
learning
that
is that Tyler did not keep track of the aliens as well as he thought. he did.
yeah. Are you
Yeah.
talking about the episode where like O'Neill got impaled to a wall and had to stay there
Yeah.
for a while?
Yeah,
Wait,
like the
that
bacteria
was
was
just
sentient.
that was the ancients text.
What about
No.
what about the purple rocks that people got stuck in for a bit?
Oh, the
switched places
crystals.
with people for a bit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, the crystals.
yeah. The crystals from Crash Bandicoot 3.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is actually like the 15th
Yeah.
alien species we've seen.
How did you guys like the this alien species though, as far as like the effect?
Yeah, like a bad FMV game.
I mean, the way this large parts of this episode are clearly taking place against a green screen, and it absolutely looks like the best FMV game, which is the worst everything else.
Fun fact: the thumbnail on Amazon Prime for this episode,
Mhm.
just like has Daniel staring at the skull, but like it's the green screen in the back. They don't even have the effect there. It's just the green screen.
Yeah,
So it's just the image from production.
Yeah,
might be.
it's pretty good.
Huh.
I
What's interesting is
I
we
don't
could
know.
take this image and we could repurpose that background into anything we want.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some ideas now. Don't worry about it. Oh, do you think that insane asylum asked the SGC, "Hey, what'd you do with that guy?"
Where's the patient?
Yeah. Like, what'd you do with that guy, huh?
Don't worry, he's government property.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I guess.
I'm sure the U.S. government can say he is an asset now. You can here's a bunch of money to shut the fuck up.
He's a CIA asset now.
Always
No,
has
it's
been.
like, just like Major Davis is like, what guy? No, there's no guy here. Oh, there's records. Destroy those records.
Also, just disappear all the people at that hospital. Just tear it down and turn it into an Arby's. No one will know the difference.
And then hire all those people at the RP. Okay, anyway,
Oh.
Oh,
okay,
goddamn.
so actually, let me look this up. The voice of the mist aliens, is that Chris Judge? It sounded like him.
I mean, you can't really tell who it is because it's just kind of like a loud noise.
Oh yeah, that was
With,
him.
like-
Yeah,
So it was just Chris Judge.
yeah, that was just Chris Judge. It's like how they just use Michael Shanks for Thor.
Okay. So is this just kind of like a pokeroo situation? Is that why Chris Judge and the Mist Alien can't be in the room at the same time?
Yes, yeah. That's why it's really impressive when they have like the mist alien like toss an object to Chris Judge. It's that's like some
Yeah.
nice editing they do there to make that work.
Sure.
All right, anything else?
I liked how at the very end the aliens are just like, "Hey, this old guy that just happens to be with you, we know him. He's pretty cool. He can stay." And just full stop. No other reason given.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same reason that Thor gives for always bugging O'Neill.
Yeah, it's the first person I saw, so we're gonna bug him about anything. Just call that guy. He's probably fine. Which I guess can we talk about that for like a little bit? Like, so this guy more or less found this in a mine pyramid, is what he said.
Yeah, in Belize in the 70s.
Yeah, and which it transported him here. They showed up, and he just kind of covered his eye. He basically more or less did the "I can't see you until you go, please go away" thing until they were just like, "Fine, send him back."
I guess so.
And because of that, they're like, "Yo, that makes you qualified." That one time when you cowered, I was a big fan of that.
It's like, oh, on your second visit, you become the ambassador. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's a punch card.
Yeah. It's it's like one of those reward stamp cards you get.
Yeah, like
for every 2 visits, you get to stay. I don't know.
You get to stay and never leave.
And be phased out, I guess. I guess he stays phased out because otherwise he would need to like eat or sleep.
There's also the whole like a constant threat of radiation poisoning around there.
But if you're phased out, I guess the radiation doesn't get to you.
Yeah, I mean, they did make a point of that because Daniel was like phased out lying on the ground while the radiation thing spiked very high to the point where it was dangerous for them, right?
And he was fine.
Dead, so.
Yeah. Also, if you're phased out, how are you supposed to fight the Gould?
I don't know.
Like are these guys like the Milky Way's galaxy version of like, I don't know, Redditors? They just kind of like flame them in like online forums and post.
So you're saying that gets a total just has spent thousands of years observing the situation?
Yeah. They have no idea who we are, but we don't like them.
God, that's probably what they are. They're just like watching them at all times and just being very angry about it and be like, "Oh boy, if I could do something about this, you wouldn't be happy."
Nice.
Just shaking their fists constantly.
Just a lot of stuff that we don't want to interrogate further in this show. So
yeah,
never bringing it up again.
Actually, you know what? I'll give them this. They had a plan. They're like, guys, I got a plan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna seed the universe with crystal skulls, and whenever someone grabs one of these, we're gonna teleport them to this room. We'll have an interview. We'll figure out will this work, and then send them on their merry way. If it doesn't work, it's like a job interview. Except you put your your thing in the classifieds of a newspaper in a different country. So, what I'm saying is these people are stupid.
They are unknowable mist aliens. Oh,
I'm glad we
16th
never see them again.
because of Omodasala last time. Yeah, 16th. Well,
But-
no, 15th still. No, yeah, it's 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, are we done here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So from one shenanigan to another, we now have the season finale of season 3, episode the 22nd, Nemesis. Nemesis. This is the one where
It's the one where they kill Data.
yeah, this one where they kill Data. It starts in the Romulan Imperial Senate. There's a terrorist attack.
You've already stolen the reason I wanted to take this one. God damn it!
Ah,
I wanted to
you
take
did
this
that
one
quickly.
too.
Huh?
You get to be the one to summarize it.
No,
No,
not
you
Justin.
go ahead.
Justin.
There's more things named Nemesis. Go ahead, do it off the cuff.
God damn it. Okay, so Dr. Jackson is out of commission for actually the entire episode. He just pops up occasionally. Apparently, in real life, Michael Shanks had his appendix removed, and Dr. Daniel Jackson also had appendicitis, which is why he's not in here. And so while Teal'c is also off world, and O'Neill tries to invite Carter to a fishing trip, which seems like a questionable considering she's his subordinate, but whatever, we'll skip that. A little bit after Carter makes his invitation, after O'Neill makes his invitation, and Carter's like, no, I have science to do. O'Neill gets teleported up to Thor's ship, with Thor seemingly nowhere to be found, at least at first. O'Neill immediately gets attacked by these small spider machines, and he runs away from them, and he does find Thor, who is dying on the Asgardian equivalent of an operating table, I suppose. And Thor tells him about the replicators, who are the threat that we heard an allusion to earlier. Basically, the Asgardians they cannot come squash the gold in a war because they have to worry about these replicators, who are a much bigger problem. So let's see. So then Thor, he tells O'Neill that there's a panel nearby that will tell O'Neill everything he needs to know, and then passes out. And so O'Neill gets on that panel, and a little bit later, while Hammond and Carter are trying to figure out what happened to O'Neill, and Teal'c is showing back up, he was contacted and came back. By the way, Teal'c was off-world visiting his son. While Hammond and Carter and O'Neill and Teal'c are having a conversation, O'Neill appears in hologram form and says, hey, I'm on the ship. I need you to send me a bunch of ammunition and explosives, or like pile it up in this one spot, and then I'll teleport it onto Thor's ship, and then I'm gonna have to blow up Thor's ship because there's no other way to deal with these replicators. And a little while later, we see all that ordnance teleported up to the ship, along with Carter and Teal'c. And O'Neill is like, I can't send you back down. He did tell them earlier, don't send any personnel because I can't send the personnel back. This is going to be a one-way trip. Teal'c and Carter show up anyway, saying that Hammond overrode his command, and they get into a short fight with these replicants. When the Zat gun doesn't seem to do anything to them, But a good old Spaz 12 will blow them to pieces momentarily before they regenerate themselves. And I guess that's the major thing that makes them, difficult to kill. Or a major threat, more major than the gold. Anyway, they go back to the room where Thor is in, which seems to be safe from these things for some reason. They get a plan to lay down a bomb near one of the engines of Thor's ship, a Naquita bomb. They can't lay it down on the inside of the ship because they're like dampeners or something, so they have to put it on the outside. And they successfully place it. There's some drama with Teal'c's spacesuit, but that gets resolved pretty quickly. And then in order to get off of Thor's ship, they teleport the Stargate up to the ship and set it to teleport them to another planet so that they could just bounce back using the secondary Stargate. And then a bunch of these replicants attack. They hold them off in a pretty spectacular shotgun blasting scene where all they do is just stand there and shoot shotguns for a solid 5 minutes. Then they jump in the Stargate. They activate the Naquita bomb. Naquita bomb blows up, and Thor's spaceship burns up in the atmosphere of planet Earth. The stinger at the end of the episode is like a bit of the wreckage coming up from the ocean, and one of the replicators crawling on top of it.
Dun dun dun. To be continued. Also, replicants are a near thing. These are replicators.
I kept trying to say. I kept thinking replicant. How many times did I say replicator, and how many times did I say replicant? Okay,
because you got Yoko Taro on the brain.
Yeah, they're replicators.
We all have Yoko Taro on the brain.
Who doesn't always have Yoko Taro on the brain?
Square Enix.
It's like the Roman Empire for gamers. Anyway,
so about that opening, there's of course Richard Anderson just gets to go full northern Minnesota for a little bit as a goof.
Mm-hmm.
When talking to everyone about going fishing. But when he invites Carter, it's like he doesn't really think about the implication when he does it. And then she's like, no. He's like, oh, right, yeah. And then it leaves. But then she thinks about it, and then she's about to go and like maybe accept the offer. And then he gets beamed up, like the most inconvenient moment. So they are building the ship one plank at a time.
They sure are.
So
let's not think about that too hard just yet.
Just yet.
But I think it's always a good bit that whenever I feel like whenever Thor teleports O'Neill, it's never at a good moment. It's just never at a good moment.
Yeah, that is a fun gag.
It's always just in the middle of a conversation and just like whoop, everyone gets all freaked out, hits the alarm.
Yeah, Carter does immediately hit the alarm, which
what else are you gonna do? Also, this I guess they're not allowed to have vacation. Right?
Yeah, so first vacation in 3 years or something.
Yeah. It's like, that's too bad.
It's weird.
I was just surprised that Teal'c decided to go spend some time with his family.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that. He was probably hanging out with Braytac in bars or something.
In space bars.
Yeah, space bars.
Just like listening to the Jizz Band.
Yeah, and smoking space cigarettes.
Yeah. It's like going to wretched highs of scum and villainy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So
this is the first we see of the replicators. How did you guys like their reveal?
I liked it at the time. I mean, I'm seeing from this point that it's like, oh yeah, there they are.
I mean, the threat is firmly established. It is. I do think that like them being a small machine bug it's kind of silly, but at the same time, like, how would you fight something like this?
Yeah, I guess it's literally just a little like Lego-looking spider thing that, for all intents and purposes, exists. Yeah. Just make more of it.
Listen, you need a really big Kamehameha wave, like the biggest one.
You use a spirit bomb to like have the whole world give you its energy.
Yeah,
and it still never works.
What is it?
The spirit bomb
Uchu
does
no
in fact
mina
work.
ore no genki o waketekure.
It doesn't though.
No, it does. It does work once at the end to kill Majin Buu.
The one time it
That's
worked.
how
Yeah.
they kill. That's how they kill Kid Buu. The finale of Dragon Ball Z is they kill Kid Buu with a spirit
The
bomb.
biggest spirit bomb you've ever
They're
seen.
just
Biggest goddamn spirit bomb.
they're just shoehorning it in at that point. Nobody watched after the Cell arc.
And Vegeta just has to get the shit beat out of him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. No,
Speaking
I
of
like
people who get the shit beat out of them for 5 minutes. How did well, I guess it's more than 5 minutes. How did you like Thor's role in this episode?
Just laying there, doing VO.
Yeah. He has no visible injuries on him whatsoever. You think a civilization as advanced as the Asgard would have like some sort of Zenzu beam where he can just like pop it in and be instantly healed?
He did say that he can't activate the medical equipment because the energy draw would attract the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also said he was worried that he wasn't sure whether or not they had already like infected that system and would it actually help him or would it kill him. And he couldn't take that chance yet because his whole plan was, I mean, his plan was more or less, you need to find a way to blow up this ship before it lands on Earth, otherwise you're all fucked.
Which it was going to Earth anyway, and he stayed behind because it was going to Earth. Like try to find a way to destroy the ship. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Somehow got internal injuries from these bugs that spray acid, which is very external kind of an injury they inflict. So I don't know.
They also stab things.
Oh right, yeah.
True.
Yeah, they stab things and shoot acid, which are all very external types of damage you take. And, also there's weird and gross at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the replicator said something to him and it just caused emotional damage.
I mean, it could be that. I just like how he's acting like this whole episode where he's like, hey, like, sorry, I guess I kind of doomed you to death. You need to check all this stuff out. Also, And then O'Neill's just kind of checking him. He's like, what do I even check here? Is he dead? Is he alive? I don't know.
And O'Neill has no idea how to use that weird control panel, and he's just fast forwarding through the instructions.
Yeah. All of that's really good. Where he's like, you just need to know. He's just like, fuck, I don't understand any of this shit.
I find it kind of a stretch that O'Neill was able to figure out how to teleport stuff up onto this ship.
I mean, there was like very detailed instructions left. Like Thor.
Yeah.
He had time
Sure,
for that before it
he
died.
doesn't seem like the kind of person to take the time to read it.
Yeah, but to be fair, that entire control panel is move this rock from here to here.
And then press these runes.
Exactly. I think Jack would eventually be able to figure that out.
Yeah, which I guess like Thor did have a plan, but it was more so Jack was like speeding through it, figured out how to contact Earth, and just kind of contacted Earth and said, "Can you just give me a bunch of bombs? Just give me a bunch of bombs.
And bring some automatic weapons too."
Yeah, just give me a Spaz 12, an assload of PBX, and like one of those Nacra nukes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even busted out the automatic shotgun for this episode.
Yeah.
They made good use of it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And also good on O'Neill for wearing proper PPE when he's handling a shotgun, because he had like the glasses on, like the safety glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of the bug-like insect enemy that I was hoping the Ritu were gonna be. Just something that tacks on mass, like something that gives the cast just to shoot a lot of blanks and act all panicky. It's good. I like the replicators.
Unfortunately, the Ritu are just too busy, like, I don't know,
Dicking around and
hanging out in another dimension or something.
No, they're just like chilling in the desert on like Stargate's version of Tatooine.
Yeah, they're just playing rugby there or something. Who knows?
So these things are essentially the Flood, right? Like almost.
They're mechanical
really
Flood. Kinda.
Yeah.
They're like
Maybe
a combination
more like
of like the Flood and Cylons, I guess.
maybe.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's
Well,
yeah.
especially later on.
I mean,
Do
I
we
feel
get
like they become
human ones or something?
I don't want to like reveal anything just yet, but yeah, like they kind of remind me of like a certain X-Men antagonist from space, which if you know, you know. But I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah. They look like something straight out of Minecraft.
See,
I mean, this predates.
so I made a link to this in our chat, but like if you look at the Subnautica alien robots, that's what they remind me of. I don't know how many of you, if you played all the way through Subnautica, but you see a lot of these in the alien structures later on. And they make the same sounds. They're about the same size, and you see them crawling around all over stuff.
I mean, it's a good enemy type, so you might as well not let it go to waste.
Yeah, but you don't do all that much. They don't. It marks them as aggressive, but they're not really aggressive unless you get like right up next to them.
Oh, same as the replicators, really.
Yeah, it's incidentally, if a replicator's eating, you can kind of just do whatever you want around it. It's not going to bother you as long as you don't bother it.
Yeah, which for the most part they seem fairly passive unless like they detect something, in which case they check it out and react to it. Which is
They
why
swarm.
like this leads to some really good moments in this episode actually. Like so when they start following Thor's actual plan where they need to get to this one specific area to like set the things up and do what they need to do. I think like Teal'c and O'Neill end up going there. They open the door, it's just swarming with them. They're like, well, forget that. They just close the door.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then there's the spacewalk, because why
Mhm.
not?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
One small step for Jaffa.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
That
Yeah.
was a good line. Teal'c actually made a joke, and O'Neill didn't react to it. Shame.
Yeah.
So like when the crew finally gets like all together in that room with Thor, they start like asking, "Hey, Thor, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?" And Jack has a quote, "We do that all the time. Kind of expected more from you guys."
About not
Oh,
being a
where
player.
like
Yeah.
where they didn't prepare for these things originally, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of stumbling around the galaxy, blind, hoping for the best outcome.
So it's like, hey, that's our thing. You're supposed to be smarter than that.
Yeah. I do like all of Thor's reactions in this scenario too, where he's like, "Why the hell are you here? Now you're all gonna die too." He's just like, "No, guys, we're all dead. You don't understand. We're all gonna die."
For some reason, I have written in quotes here a Thor quote. What is PBX? I don't know why that got to me, but it was pretty funny.
Was it,
Mhm.
like back during the early 2000s, just did like every like gamer and like action movie nerd know what PBX was? Because I had to look it up, to be honest.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Polymer bonded explosive, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I guess that was a fun C4 alternative that fiction, like the media, was going with at the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, seems like. They've already used C4 once though to blow up a ship, so I guess they wanted something else.
Yeah, you have to like
Yeah.
try out different explosives, see how they do.
No dropping grenades down a elevator shaft this time.
Yeah. I think this is a really good episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good tense moments, a lot of good firefights. Honestly, like a good amount of like comedy to it as well.
Just blowing away so many Legos.
Yeah. Big fan of that. And a bit of drama there too, with like Teal'c being stuck in space, uh, more or less having to push off, and will they not make it in time?
Yeah,
All while
because like some acid got into his air pack and then
yeah,
damaged his spacesuit.
loosened the
Yeah.
thing. And then while this is happening, like Samantha's trying to more or less like teleport him in, and at the same time, just like Thor's just kind of like in the background and just like kind of passes out again.
Hmm.
It's all really good stuff.
Yeah, I do enjoy the episode. I do think.
Oh, this is the first time they go to DEF CON because of Stargate shenanigans. Back on
So,
the base and
are
like
all
the
these-
B plot.
Are all these Asgardian ships only ever piloted by one Asgard?
It's implied they have more crew. It's just whenever they show up here, it's just Thor taking a ship on his own.
Yeah, and in this one, they do say that like they were in some sort of firefight. The ship got infested with them, and then he sent everyone off, and he tried to stay behind to try and stop them because they, like these specific replicators, because they had access to the ship, knew where Earth was, and said, "Hey, this seems pretty cool. Let's go there." They got Burger Kings there.
Yeah, the replicators just want Burger Kings,
Yeah, they want a Whopper.
and instead they got burned up on re-entry mostly,
Mostly.
which is a nice cliffhanger for us to leave on
Yeah.
for the next episode.
So actually, here's a question. How did you like the Earth stuff?
It seemed perfunctory. I mean, you needed to have it there.
Yeah, it's a lot of like Daniel more or less being kind of like
Concerned.
We need to have something to do.
concerned that he can't be out there helping them.
Yeah, we need to have something for this guy to do in this episode, and that's it.
You got that one Pentagon guy there, more or less trying to say like, "No, we got to blow this shit up."
Yeah, that's Davis again.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. It's like how does that conversation go? It's like, yeah, I'll try to explain to the United States government that we need to give this one fire team a chance before we nuke this thing out of the sky.
Yeah. But imagine also being like, "Hey, we just fired off 8 to 10 nukes," and be in China and Russia be like, "Yo, why the hell are you shooting at things in space?"
I think
I mean, that's straight up entered the atmosphere.
They said they would explain, like they were already talking about explaining like what's going on to Russia and China.
Yeah, they were essentially like about to go, not necessarily go public, but they were like basically it was
Going to
one
tell
of
the other
problems that
governments.
we need to tell
Yeah,
them.
the only two other governments in the world.
Yeah, the only two that
Russia
matter.
and China. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in 1990, in 2000.
In 2000. Yeah.
Yes, actually, kind of.
You don't need to give Britain a heads up. They're too busy. I don't know.
What are they going to do?
You know,
I mean, Tony Blair will just go along with whatever you do. You know.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
true.
Okay. What was France doing in 2000?
you know what?
Complaining.
They also have nukes, by the way.
Yeah.
They were
not that
complaining.
many.
Well, you know, like the United States is like the main figurehead in the NATO alliance, so they'll just be like, "Yeah, everybody else in Europe will be good with it."
Yeah, just activating Article 7 for aliens.
Back then, yes.
Jeez. It's just turning into the Edge of Tomorrow all over again.
Yeah.
Ooh, does that mean we get giant, awesome, like mech or not mech suits, like power armor in
No,
Stargate?
unfortunately, not yet.
Just
Until
shot.
Atlantis.
We
Also,
get
they're not
mechs in
giants.
Atlantis,
They're regular person-sized mech suits.
like aliens mech suits, or
Like,
You'll see.
imagine a tinier alien in a mech suit the size of a man.
okay, so like an Elysium mech suit.
Sure,
No, more like XCOM, right?
sure.
Where it's like
Kinda
small
like that,
aliens and
yeah.
like a mech. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Or
actually,
the
so
one guy from
here's
Minnesota.
another question. How'd you guys like their plan when they finally did think of their second plan? Just like teleport up the Stargate.
Yeah, that made sense.
I think I feel like Hammond and the rest of them are like way more chill with that than they should be.
I mean, all things considered, like what? It's kind of like one of those things where I bet they had words, but also they probably when they finally like do come back. But at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, I get it. It's a smart plan. It's just straight up. Oh, why don't we just teleport up the Stargate? It's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
And then crash a Stargate into the middle of the ocean. Surely nothing could go wrong from doing that.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Definitely won't come up again. But
Well, they do
yeah,
have a spare at this point.
they
They do
do.
have a spare.
Fortunately.
Yes.
Can you imagine being the guy who was like contracted to like seal that thing shut, and it's like unseal it? Like what?
Like
I
so,
just
it's like
sealed it.
like unseal it right now. We need this thing in Colorado yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I just finished this.
Yeah.
You keep giving me like handfuls of this material. You want me to weld to this thing? Like, give me a fucking break.
So it sounds like he works in corporate America.
Yeah.
How
That's
do you
true.
even weld something to the Naquadon? Never mind.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's just in a
Get a
giant
certified
wooden
welder.
box.
They know
I
what
mean,
they're
at this
doing.
point, they know how to manipulate Naquita because they made bombs with it.
Oh yeah, I guess.
The very first thing Americans would do with such a material.
You know what? Setting off
Yeah.
a bomb outside the ship is a very American thing to do. Let's solve all our problems with explosions. It worked for Raw. It'll work here.
I mean, it worked for Apophis and Raw.
I mean,
It works for a lot of people.
For Apophis. Yeah, listen, nukes can kill a lot of things.
But not Apophis apparently. Who would have known?
Well, it helps that he keeps
Listen,
getting
if you-
sent back to these sarcophaguses.
If you leave a nuke on the table in Act 1, you need to use it in Act 3.
To be fair,
Is this
they
a
got
Farscape
Sokar
reference?
with that one.
No.
No, this is Chekhov's nuke.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Hey.
Anything else about this episode? I think I only have one note left.
Screw it, just nuke it.
So, just a small little nitpick. When Carter is eventually on the ship, she does go through all the training material like you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a shot where she's watching something, and Thor is explaining the engines of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 reactors, each one producing 1 billion kilojoules of power, which 1 billion kilojoules roughly translates to 1 commercial nuclear reactor. So that's 4 commercial nuclear reactors, which is just a normal nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: like I don't have a problem with that because hyper advanced technology. I assume they would be super efficient with their energy.
Oh, but
We're talking
also
about
just
9th
like,
gen intel here is what we're talking
but
about.
like no, I'm like no one, no viewers know what the fuck a kilojoule is, so it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah.
You could just say a bunch of numbers and say like some random stuff, and they think you're just talking about Star Trek techno babble.
But I thought that was funny. It's like, oh, you could just fly a spaceship with 3 Mile Island. Cool.
Yeah.
I
Fuck it,
mean,
why not? I mean, theoretically, we fly spaceships with less than that.
with way less than that.
With
Like,
explosives,
They just
yeah.
don't go very far.
Like once you get out of an atmosphere, mostly what you're doing is just keeping your speeding tin can straight.
What if you need to warp space around you in order to
Then you
go faster than
have
the speed of
to.
light?
Yeah, then the Vulcans show up, and you don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, they're kind of assholes.
Yep. Especially at the start.
All right, yeah. So that's going to lead us into our Star Trek Enterprise watch along podcast. No,
Yeah, it's coming any moment now.
anytime now.
I mean, this is about the time that people into this kind of television were going, okay, no, I'm gonna stop watching Star Trek and start watching Stargate, I guess.
Oh,
So,
almost, because Voyager ends and Enterprise begins in 2001, and this is early 2000, so we're almost there.
Okay, like how popular was Voyager at this point?
The diehards were still
No.
around.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was popular enough, but they definitely had to pull some things in order to retain viewership and try to get some new viewership.
Yeah, so 7 of 9. Actually, no, it's not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's
So
introduce
bad.
the sexy Borg lady.
I mean, I thought 7 of 9 was a lot earlier in Voyager. I thought she was like early on in Voyager.
Season 4. That's how early they had to pull that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Actually, yeah.
anything else for this episode?
I think this is a good season finale. A nice
Oh, yeah.
cliffhanger.
This is better than the last one.
Yeah, I mean it
Yeah.
doesn't show Hathor, so I'm all for it. Just regular Thor. I'm all for regular Thor. I want to see more Thor. It's always fun when he's around.
It is, yeah. All right,
More
so
Thor shenanigans needed.
yeah.
Do we feel like do you feel like they've set up the replicator? Like, do you feel like they've established that these are a worse threat than the Gould pretty well?
I would say
They're
so because
harder to deal with?
yeah, like they're harder to deal
Yeah.
with. They're constantly replicating this super advanced race is having issues dealing with them.
You really
And
can't
even
negotiate
just-
with them.
Yeah, like there's no reasoning with them. They just
Like,
consume
they don't
everything in their
vamp at
path.
you.
Yeah,
Because with the ghouls, like they'll vamp at you, then use like the time that they're vamping to like pull like turn the
knife
tables
and
on them.
stab a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but these bugs, they don't vamp; they just eat.
Yeah,
So they're a less entertaining villain. What you're saying?
For
I thought
now,
they're pretty entertaining.
I mean,
don't know.
because there's a lot of action when they're around. You just shoot
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime. Like,
I mean, was that the only one like who was pretty happy when they took out that automatic shotgun and then just like sit there going?
I
I
mean,
mean,
so it's
yeah,
very
that was cool.
fun.
Yeah,
It's very
gunfights are fun.
it's very dumb.
The show typically does them well too. I mean,
For the budget they have, yes.
when they're actual gunfights. The Zat
When they're
fights are a
vacuum-
different story.
when they're vacuum cleaner fights.
Yeah, those aren't so good. But when they're actual gunfights, I feel like they do a good job.
I also think it's great. Like the super advanced Zat gun does nothing, but a fucking Spaz 12 is like, yep, that'll stop them for a second.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's the
concussive
thing with
force works
replicators.
pretty well.
That's going to be the running thing for replicators is that they're adapted to deal with the advanced space aliens, but not with our
Not with
dumbass
our
projectile
primitive
weapons.
not with our primitive boomsticks.
Literally,
Yeah.
yes. That's the lore. Yes.
To be fair, Jack got around the whole overpowered Gould system lord shield by throwing a knife.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a pretty good
So-
moment too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Listen,
that was a sick throw. Yeah.
you shouldn't use hyper advanced technology when a simpler one will do just as well or better.
Yeah,
As we always have to relearn. Yes.
yeah, exactly. Staff weapons are good and all, but a rock to the head will do just the same.
Well, I can't use the quote yet. We'll get
We're
to the
getting
episode,
close. We're
We're
getting
getting
so
close.
close.
and then after the episode, I can use that quote all the time. Okay, so that's it for this batch. So, dear viewer, next time we return with Chariots of the Pods, we'll be starting Season 4 of the Stargate SG-1, with the first 4 episodes of the season, in order: Small Victories, The Other Side, Upgrades, and Crossroads. I like 3 of these. And this has been...
another guess which one Borgmaster doesn't like.
It's probably pretty easy to guess. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone likes that one.
I think last time I lost this challenge because I thought it was an episode you didn't like, and turns out it was the episode that you liked that I needed to find. So I
Yes.
screwed myself up.
Yeah. Actually, were there any episodes in this batch I didn't like? I think this was a fine enough batch.
I like all these episodes to some degree. I think Crystal Skull is the weakest.
I
think
mean,
Maternal
Maternal Instinct.
Maternal
is the
Instinct gets Maternal
Yeah, I was gonna
Instinct
say,
gets
nah, man.
annoying. Okay, sure.
Maternal Instinct is like a good start, and then it's like,
It
how
goes
many riddles
downhill.
can you say in a minute? And then let's wrap this shit up.
All right, yeah, you're probably right. It's also been a little bit since I watched Maternal Instinct.
Ha. All right,
The
so
rest
this
of
has
these I think are
been
good.
a podcast in the Deep Listens Podcast Network. The Deep Listens Podcast is like a video game book club. Every 2 weeks, they have a show where they talk about a video game, relatively recent, relatively relevant, more or less. They like indie stuff usually. Listen to it. There's also Off the Deep End, a podcast about crusty RPGs, both old and new. I'm on that sometimes. You can also have the occasional sports show. There is a ranking of deck builder show. I think it's called All Hands on Deck. It's about deck builders. I don't know. There's also an occasional Final Fantasy show on here, on this feed. There's also a Patreon for $1 a month. You can join the Patreon. It gives you access to the Discord, where you can talk to all of us about our opinions on all kinds of things. But don't go to the food channel.
Mhm.
For $3 a month to the Patreon, you get access to the super special, super secret OG Songcast, where your favorite host from Off the Deep End and the Deep Listens podcast talk about and review anime from roughly the turn of the century, around the same time as this season. And that's it for Deep Listens plugs, I think. You can find me. I blog about 32-bit console video games. I'm trying to review them in order by console. It's a bad time. I shouldn't have done this with my life. But you can find me at 5thgenerationgaming.blog. I also stream not that much at 5th Gen Gaming on Twitch. Anyone else?
Oh yeah, I do the Twitch thing too sometimes. You can find me on twitch.tv/Jetsu84. Gotta stream again. I keep saying it.
You really
It's
need to
definitely gonna
finish.
happen.
You have to finish at second chapter, man. You gotta do it.
I do, but it's like kind of one of those weird things where like I keep hearing you all talk about how bad Cold Steel is, and it kind of like demoralizes me a bit.
Just
But you want to
play
see how?
something else. Play something else.
No, but you
don't
need
wanna
to see
see the
how
third
things
person.
end with Estelle and Joshua.
I don't
I do
want
want
to
to see how things end.
a
Yeah.
third
With
person
Estelle and
fall down
Joshua.
this shitty rabbit hole of these shitty games.
Hey!
Hey.
The first 5 are good, okay?
Cold Steel
Sure.
problems apply only to Cold Steel.
Mostly only Cold Steel.
Mostly Cold Steel. You know what would make Trails of Cold Steel better?
Estelle Bright.
Richard Ian Cox.
Sideburns.
He's
Cold
probably in there
Steel.
somewhere.
No, I don't think he is.
Sadly
He's in.
not.
Apparently, he's in Ninja. He's in that Ninjago thing.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, we bid you adieu, dear listener. Goodbye, Internet.